name is Andrea Picchi, and I'm head of experience design for River Island, which is a high street fashion retail company. What are the top challenges in the world of retail and fashion? That's a good question, and I'm sure you will get many different answers. I give you mine, which is my focus, which is about building relationships. So we are, as a human and a species, wired to connect, and now we don't have the time to say why it is what it is, but we tend to form a relationship and anthropomorphize everything. Some companies that are still trying to understand that concept, but the challenge is when people talk about customer loyalty or delivering value, it needs to be filtered from the perspective of what is the relationship that those people they want to establish with your brand, which is based on your values and your beliefs. But what I believe it will be the future is the ability to form relationship based on strong values and beliefs, which require a slightly different approach and a little bit of reframing within the company. But if you look at the big guys, the companies we all mention, when we say, look at that company, they are all in a position to deliver a strong relationship that goes beyond the product, which is sometimes not even top class. But those people, they never switch because of the relationship, not because the logo or the service in itself. So relationship. If you are like the guy driving in Las Vegas, where the people they go maybe once every 6 months and they do crazy stuff, you want to establish a certain relationship with people, right? But if you sell bread and the people that are coming to you every day try to fulfill a different need, you want to establish a completely different relationship. So that affects communication, your product, your service, the way you interface yourself with people affect everything. But understand which is the right relationship for you based on the model that you have, and then design and deliver it. Okay, as a company at River Island, we have 350 plus stores, correct? And how do we deliver that omni-channel, but also keep the focus on customer and the locality of people, right? So the true personalization, and we mentioned AI at the beginning, but even if it's not AI, it's just a more primitive form of meaning extraction. It's about understanding the people, deliver a service that has the ability to scale across a very large customer base, and then using technology to understand the different needs based on different location, right? So that it goes across from the different items, products that you want to store in a place. For example, we have a store in Shoreditch and we have a store in Oxford Street. You can't have the same things, right? So I'll say that probably is leverage technology, increase the understanding of your people, so then you can deliver more a taller experience, which in our case is our product. How important is to maintain the local culture when you want to deliver or create that relationship? It's fundamental, because think about it, doesn't matter if you travel, you bring your culture with you. So if you believe in culture is about what you believe and your lifestyle that you try to establish whenever you go, right? So if you don't respect that, the people, they just don't come back to you. So again, it's about people, it's about understanding those people and respect them, and for us as a business, it means knows what they want and try to serve them in the best way possible. So it's fundamental, absolutely. So if you just overlook that part, the people, they end up switching in a very easy way. Think about like mobile company that they provide like 3G, 4G, now 5G services, right? They just provide functional value, which is something that this is part of my talk today, and functional value. But functional value and also financial, even if you go on a low cost, it doesn't drive loyalty. And if you think about it, people that switch carrier in a very simple way, because what's the difference between O2 and EE? Nothing, right? But people that don't switch a Mac with a PC or maybe I don't know, another fashion company like a Ryanair or Burberry or other companies, because they get something differently, which is qualitative type of value, which is mainly emotional identity and meaningful, right? So that's the future focus for me, and I believe It should be for everyone. Well, at least as long as you want to stay in the business. I mentioned before it's about using technology to understand people, and the future will be a little bit creepy. I mean, if we envision it, we look at from today, we will use more and more technology even inside the store, which is still not that common today. But answering your question is about, again, understanding the people, right? So what we do, and we leverage technology. We try to go through what some people, they call it hyper-personalization. I'm not a big fan of names, but just going beyond the mere understanding of what's your gender, what's your age, which is more about which type of functional and financial value you want from us, which is quite easy to understand. I mean, if you know your company, if you go in like for a t-shirt, you don't want like a lift, right? Like a cab. So that's easy to understand. But then what's the emotional and identity and then the other qualitative form of value that you are looking for from that company. So we leverage technology to understand that part, to maintain the individuality in the way we deliver the experience. Well, the cost of return is increasing, and how that affect, well, the overall business, right? What can we do? Well, today, as we speak today, the best approach is to understand more and more and more about people. But we mentioned relationships. Step back, because if we understand people, we can assume that they end up buying a product that is better fit for them. But we know that, as we mentioned, relationships and the different type of relationship that the people are establishing with your brand, and especially in retail, that's very true. And depend from the relationship, some people, you'll never be able, what I'm trying to say, to mitigate completely that behavior, because for some people it's just about experience and try out many different outfits, and they would never admit it, they never say, but they know that they will never buy everything. So I'm sure we all have a friend that go in the store, just walk around and try many different things, and it doesn't even have the wallet, right? So that's a different conversation. It's about the relationship, why you have that needs, and maybe that's not important, but it's part of you, the way you experience the brand. You will never be able to completely mitigate that what many people now today think is an issue. It's just the merging of physical and digital experiences that create that behavior. We can do something about it to just driving some numbers down and do better job at fit and sizing, like doing within the space of fit and sizing. But will depend from the relationship. We will never be able to eradicate that behavior, because it's about the way that some people experience the brand. So I know that probably a chief operation officer, it won't be happy about this question, but again, we can't change people, and it's more fundamental than that. It happens everywhere, not just within the retail, and it is what it is. And so it is also a good thing, because it's the fun part for some people. So we want to also not encourage them, but support them. We are in the relationship business. Some people that are still far from that concept, but the book that articulated that concept is from 1999, so 20 years later we are still debating. Well, some people that still debating. So the concept is that open your eyes, we live in the relationships era, and everything we do and within the business, it should be tailored around that concept. It's no more about the product or the service per se. It's about the experience that goes through the product and service, and the relationship that sequence of experience establish.